Accurate, reliable, getting the facts right. News 5 in high definition starts right now.
Welcome to News 5 today. I'm meteorologist David Boyd tracking heavy rains and also flooding. Now, the heaviest rain has pushed out of the Tri-Cities region, still seeing scattered showers, but we're also tracking some severe thunderstorms near London, Kentucky, pressing to the east. Future radar showing it could impact portions of Southwest Virginia here over the next few hours, but dry most of today. We're also watching Big Creek near Rogersville. The flood stage is 7 feet. It rapidly rose from 2 feet, now up to 11.2 feet, surpassed major flood stage, and as of last report, within about a foot of record levels. The EME director in Hawkins County saying this is the worst flooding in 40 to 50 years. Flood warnings continue from Mountain City westward through all of Sullivan County and northern Washington County, Tennessee, northern Greene, all of Hawkins County. This is where the heaviest rain has fallen. The darker green, Abingdon, but especially Sullivan County, some pockets of very heavy rain, Bluff City, Churchill, Rogersville, and all this is still running off. So we're still concerned about the water levels still going up, even though the heavy rain has moved out. We still have scattered showers in the region. Light now in Abingdon, light rain in Kingsport, finally drying out Rogersville and Greenville. But again, watching some severe thunderstorms, London, Kentucky, marching to the east. And as we track this into the future, this is the brand new future radar, 7 a.m. still across southeast Kentucky, could clip Wise, Dickinson, Buchanan counties mid-morning, but then dry everywhere by noon today. So getting better. Sunshine will be out. It's going to be breezy and very warm. A record high of 77 expected later today as we continue to clean up. And Preston, you've been gathering more flooding reports.
Yes, David, we're beginning to see some flooded roads and washed out roads. Pictures starting to come in. This is affecting the western end of our viewing area. Several creeks now at flood stage, and storm trackers out on the road right now. Olivia Bailey is traveling in Hawkins County. And Olivia, what have you been able to see out there so far?
This flooding in Hawkins County is causing major problems across the county. The schools are closed in both Hawkins County and Rogersville City. Schools are closed as well. And that flooding is crossing many roadways. Dispatch lines went down earlier this morning. They're closing several roads this morning. And I just want to give you a look here at Big Creek, which is in major flood stage. Just take a look at this. You can see the water flowing. It's rushing fairly quickly here. We're at the Water Department's Big Creek intake, also the Battle of Big Creek Park here, and you can just see this water flowing. And as you drive down this way, we came in from Rogersville, and you could see that there was standing water across the road, so much debris across the road as you're headed out this way. So if you are headed out this morning, be careful. If you live in any of those low-lying areas, just make sure to protect your belongings if you need to get out. We haven't heard of any evacuations just yet. We're trying to check on that this morning, but you can see just how quickly this water's rushing, and I don't even think the video does it justice here. This water is pretty high up, almost as high as this park here. There's some picnic tables and markers here, and we can also almost see that this water is rushing up that quickly. We also saw someone here at this water department intake location just a few minutes ago. He was leaving as we were pulling in, so definitely some problems here. Also want to give you a couple of road closures that we've heard about. Spruce Pine Road, they say that there's 3 to 4 feet of water there to the bridge. The sheriff's office told me earlier they were working on getting that road closed. Also, Highway 66 near Mooresburg, that's a little bit further down. Also, Caney Creek near Highway 70 there, that I've also been told is underwater, and they're working to close that road. The sheriff's department working with the highway department here. So everyone getting involved this morning. If you do live in these low-lying areas, again, please take those precautions that you're aware of. And we're going to continue to follow this and find out which roads and communities might be impacted by this. Make sure you're sending us your photos so we know exactly who's affected and where we can be to help you. Reporting live from the Storm Tracker, Olivia Bailey, News 5 WCYB. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Olivia. We'll continue to check in with her. We have multiple crews spread throughout the region this morning. And, of course, she heard her talking about Hawkins County, some of the areas that she was dealing with. And Sydney's also been just on the phone talking with folks in Greene County this morning where they've been dealing with Pottertown Road. They understand that a vehicle was stalled and they had that's in the Mossheim area, not far from there, just Mohawk and Mossheim area there. You're getting down into the Mohawk Inn there, Pottertown Road, quite a long road. There are several vehicles and roadways are flooded there. Lick Creek has been a big problem. We're just getting this here from Greene County. Concord Road, they had a vehicle and a couple of people got trapped in a car there, a 12-year-old and a father. They were actually on top of their car at one point and they were swept away. Any injuries sitting in that?
Injuries.
Sydney telling us no injury. Meteorologist Sydney Welch is here with us this morning as well, continuing to follow that. And we have crews headed to Greene County as well. But again, the biggest thing we can tell you right now, when I was speaking with Hawkins County EMA Director Gary Merle a few moments ago, and we'll talk with him again this morning, they're calling this a 40 to 50 year flood. In some places like Crockett Drive, Smith Hollow Road there in Hawkins County, they've had 2 areas that have been hit hard. Water into some homes there as well. And then Big Creek, David telling us there in Hawkins County, is a record flooding level for them. And back to Greene County, I know we're flipping back and forth with counties here, but in Greene County, Lick Creek has been the biggest problem. And hearing from Pottertown Road and some of the roads there, that would be along the Lick Creek area. So keeping that in mind, if you're heading out this morning, many rural roads in these 2 counties are going to be considered underwater, impassable. If you see the signs up, definitely don't drive around them, but also watch out for any water that you may come up on, especially until we get some sunlight out there to help you see that. And it's not just in our area, off to our west as well. Knox County hit hard overnight as well. We're going to show you some video. This is coming in from the Knox County Sheriff's Office saying that a person's vehicle was submerged in the quick moving flash flooding there. They had some flood warnings up at that time. They had to get crews in to help with those people. 3 inches of rain is what has happened. In some cases, 4 or more inches falling in a few spots. Neighborhoods have reported that the heavy flooding, water rising as high as porches in some parts of Knox County. But flooded roads definitely a part, and Hancock County also dealing with some flooding as well. As the daylight comes and you're able to see the water or what's left behind from that flood water, we would like for you to share those pictures with us. So go to WCYB.com/chime in. And we're showing you a picture right now from this morning that's already been sent in. I can't identify who sent that. It is coming from Rogersville. So again, already seeing some of those pictures that are coming in at WCYB.com/chime in. When you get there, click on the February 2019 weather bubble, and we'll be showing you more of those as we get them in throughout the morning. But also remember, please only take those and send them when it's safe to do so. Make sure you have our mobile app with you. That's a good way to keep up to date on the latest news, weather, and breaking news as it happens. Download the News 5 mobile app. It's free to do so on the App Store and Google Play. You'll find it there. But again, let's get the latest right now. The rain has slacked off in a few spots, at least for right now. Meteorologist David Boyd knows much more about that than I do. David, when do we see this moving out and the good news at the end of this?
We'll be drying out pretty soon in Hawkins and Greene County. It's just still a few scattered showers, but here's that picture in Rogersville showing the high water along Allen Road, and it had more than 3.5 inches of rain overnight, in the upper 50s at this hour. Still some scattered showers, but that'll give way to sunshine later today. 68 at noon and sunny, 75 highs in the mid to possibly upper 70s. We'll take a closer look at the flooding in just a moment.
All right, continuing our breaking news coverage this morning of what's turning into a major flooding event for part of our region. News 5's Jarvis Heron is now joining us live. He's also in Hawkins County. Jarvis, what have you found this morning?
Hey, Preston, good morning. We are here in Churchill. We are just off Smith Hollow Road, and the severe flooding is definitely affecting this area. It is completely washed away a section of Smith Hollow Road. Let's show you a shot here of what exactly has happened as the road is just completely crumbled. And over here to my right, there's still a decent amount of water that's flowing here as we have a police car here that showed up behind us, and it is blocking off the road. So definitely, if you're in this area, this is definitely an area to avoid. Now, the good news is that the rain has at least let up a little bit, as it was, pouring earlier in sections of the middle of the night, obviously really throughout the Tri-Cities, but specifically the Mount Carmel and Churchill areas are the ones that are really being affected right now. As even Keith, if you pan over to the left here, I know you saw that, you can see just the water that's continuing to flow here down this stream right over here. We've been driving around different sections of the Churchill and Mount Carmel area, and there's quite a bit of standing water in people's yards and lawns, so definitely just something to be careful of. But here, it's off Smith Hollow Road. The road has just completely washed away, and the road has completely crumbled. So just stay tuned. We're going to have coverage for you all day here on WCYB. But for now, Preston, I'll send it back to you in the studio. In Churchill, I'm Jarvis Heron. That's it for now.
All right, Jarvis there for us live this morning. Also, Greene County dealing with significant issues there. Roads closed all across the region. If they're not already officially closed, many of them are underwater. David's in the Storm Track 5 Weather Center. And David, let's talk about what we have seen so far with the amount of rain and what the problems it's causing.
Yeah, we're still seeing some scattered showers. And here's a brand new picture coming in from TDOT. And this is State Road 66 near the Hancock-Hawkins County line. It is definitely closed, and it's due to a rock slide. Crews are on site. The traffic has been diverted. That's the State Road 66 along the Hancock and Hawkins County line. Still monitoring Big Creek. Still waiting to get the latest update. The last one was at 4:30, and it was already very close to record flooding there along Big Creek in the Rogersville area. If you have pictures and when it's safe to take them and send them in, you can upload them to wcyb.com/chime-in. Stay with us for the latest updates here in just a moment.
All right, 6:16 here this morning, continuing to follow breaking news this morning and the significant flooding happening in the western end of our viewing area. Live reports now continuing. We're going to talk on the phone now with Mark Nagy, Communications Director for TDOT in the eastern end of the state. Mark, thank you for talking with us this morning. And I know it's been a very busy morning for your crews. What are the road situation like, especially in East Tennessee?
Well, it really depends on what part of the state that you're in. And right now, Upper East Tennessee is certainly experiencing a great deal of ponding on the roadways. What we've seen is that near the Hawkins-Hancock County line on State Route 66, that roadway is closed due to a road slide. We've got our geotechnical engineers heading up there as we speak, and we expect that roadway to be closed for most of the day, if not longer. Also, State Route 107 in Unicoi County at Lower Stone Mountain Road, there's a tree that is in the roadway for about an hour ago, and that has closed that roadway as well. So the best advice, it sounds cliche, but we say, turn around, don't drown. If you're in doubt about the condition of a roadway and you see standing water on that roadway, find a different way to get around. It is the best advice, especially at this time of day when you don't have the sun out yet.
And Mark, talking about that this time of day, we don't have as you mentioned, the vantage point of daylight. Are you guys expecting to find more problems once the sun is up as the day progresses?
It's certainly possible. That's why we're prepared for whatever we're going to have to do today. This is the type of thing that unfortunately we get in East Tennessee and certainly in Upper East Tennessee at times. So if that means that we're going to have a few more roadways closed, that's what's going to have to happen. We're not going to allow any roadway to be open if we feel that it presents any danger whatsoever to the motoring public.
All right, Mark Nagy, spokesperson for Tennessee Department of Transportation. Mark, thanks for talking with us early this morning. You heard him talking about Highway 66. We've heard a lot about that one there in Hawkins County, closed for most of the day likely. And then Highway 107, Unicoi County, that's a new one with a tree down there at Lower Stone Mountain Road. And once they get that tree out, hopefully that won't be much of a problem. Continuing our breaking news coverage this morning, our team coverage continues right now with meteorologist Sydney Welch. And Sydney, I know you've been talking with folks in Greene County this morning, and they have significant problems there in their western end.
Yes, I spoke to Lieutenant Caudell, and several roadways in Greene County are unable to be driven on, specifically on the western edge of the county. Now, after speaking to Jeff Caudell, he let me know that there was a 12-year-old and his father that drove through floodwaters and had to be on Concord Road, whose car got swept away, and they had to be rescued from the roof of their car. After they were forced on the roof of their car, a boat had to come and rescue them in that area. So Pottertown Road also had a vehicle swept away that prompted a boat rescue as well. Now, no injuries were reported in either instance, but we will continue keeping up with Greene County and their roadways and what exactly is going on. Preston?
All right, definitely another reminder of don't drive through flooded waters and just how quickly things can change there. We're hearing roads flooded out in Greene and Hawkins County region-wide this morning there, and practically every road they're describing in Hawkins County considered flood covered. Meteorologist David Boyd is talking about this. Big Creek has been the problem there in Hawkins County, at least one of them, and you're saying we're almost at record stage, but maybe not just quite.
We have just a little bit of good news now, still in major flood stage, so we're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination, but we just got the update, and Big Creek looks like it maxed out at 11.9 feet, very close to the record of 12.2. This would make it the third highest crest ever recorded. Big Creek near Rogersville, still in major flood stage. It rose about 10 feet overnight. So just incredible. Roads are wet throughout the region. Watch out for some flooded roads in spots and also some dense fog in some locations, but much better this afternoon. We'll continue our flood coverage. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. We're still watching the heavy rain in the region. Now, thankfully, the heaviest has moved out. We're still dealing with flooding in portions of Hawkins County, Greene County, and Sullivan County, and some more downpours in eastern Kentucky. That'll be moving into the east and affecting portions of southwest Virginia. I'll have a full weather update in 60 seconds.
Accurate, reliable, getting the facts right. News 5 in high definition starts right now.
Near record flooding this morning in Hawkins County. Welcome to News 5 Today. I'm meteorologist David Boyd. Been watching the river gauges, including along Big Creek near Rogersville. Went up 10 feet overnight. Got very close to record levels at about 11.9 feet. The record is 12.2, and it started to go down now at 11.3, but still well above major flood stage, which is 9 feet. So we also have other flood concerns, other locations. Flood warnings continue in Sullivan County, also in northern sections of Washington County, Tennessee, and sections of Greene County as well. Here's where the heaviest rain fell overnight. We had pockets of moderate rain around Marion and Abingdon, and heavy rain much of Sullivan County, especially Bluff City, especially Church Hill, and around Rogersville, Sneedville, and the water has been going into all the creeks and streams. Some of them are still going up, some of them are starting to go down. The good news is the heavy rain has ended. Hawkins and Greene counties, still some light rains scattered throughout Sullivan County, including around Bristol, and there's some more rain further to the north and west, and we're tracking some strong storms in Leslie County, and that's going to be pressing to the east. So we track it into the future. Here's 7 a.m. still seeing the heavy rain in Kentucky. Looks like it's going to be clipping Wise, Dickinson, Buchanan counties, maybe Russell County and Tazewell counties this morning. By noon, the rain is out of here, and we'll see a lot of sunshine later today. Breezy, very warm, expecting a record high of 77, but looking forward to the sunshine later today. Preston, you continue our flooding coverage.
Yes, we have major issues now on the western edge of our viewing area, talking about Greene and Hawkins County in particular this morning. We have team coverage spread out across the region in the Storm Tracker. Olivia Bailey is live in the Storm Tracker this morning in Hawkins County. Olivia, what are you seeing there?
We are still in the storm tracker in Hawkins County this morning. We are now on the other side of Rogersville in the Caney Creek area. We're off Caney Creek Road, which is one of the many road closures across the county and in Rogersville. We have moved from Big Creek to now Caney Creek. Now, this is the road here. You can see that it is still flooded here. This road is closed on both sides. We're told there are two areas along Caney Creek Road that have low-lying areas where that water can flow over. Now, we're also told by people here on the scene that this is receding, that this was a little bit further out to where our car is actually sitting. So it looks like that Caney Creek is going down so far this morning. But here's one of the big dangers that we've encountered in the storm tracker this morning is that there's also fog in these low-lying areas. So as dark as it is out here and with that fog, that's causing some additional issues because you may not see the water until you're right up on it. Again, you do not want to drive through any of this water. A lot of it is fast rushing water. It's higher than normal. A lot of people in these areas are telling me this is the highest they've seen it in a very long time, and it's very dangerous this morning. So definitely, please do not try and drive through any of these flooded roadways, especially if you see those road closure signs up. Again, this is one of the many road closures. This is Caney Creek Road. We've also heard about several other road closures. One of those is on Spruce Pine Road and out toward the Mooresburg area. They're also seeing some flooding here. So a lot of flooding concentrated in and around the city of Rogersville and those outlying areas and toward the Mooresburg area. So if you live near any of those water sources, make sure to take your precautions at your house that you would normally take. Also, if you have any of these routes into work, just make sure to use an alternate route if that is possible. So definitely do not try and drive through this. We've got some videos that we've posted on our Facebook pages and our social media pages, so you can take a look at some of the Big Creek areas and the areas that we're traveling through. And make sure to send us your reports as well, because we are seeing this countywide. Hawkins County schools are closed. City of Rogersville schools are closed. So just take extra precautions this morning, especially if you're driving these roads and especially in the dark with the fog. Reporting from the Storm Tracker, Olivia Bailey, News 5 WCYB. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Olivia, there in Hawkins County. Another troublesome spot this morning is Greene County. Talking a little bit of what we've heard from there. It's their lower end as well, near the Hawkins County end of Greene County. The Mohawk area has been a big problem for them. Hawkins County, they're up on the screen right now. A couple of areas that we're also hearing about is Crockett Drive and Smith Hollow Road had problems earlier this morning with some vehicles being swept away in water and homes. Mohawk in the Lick Creek area of Greene County described as major problems. We had a rescue off the top of a car, had to call in a boat on Pottertown Road, which is the lower end of Mossheim, Mohawk area there as well also. So another rescue, I believe, also happened in Greene County overnight as well. We've been talking with their sheriff's department. They've been completely covered up with calls. A couple of other points to talk about that we haven't heard as much about. I just spoke with the folks in Washington County, Tennessee. Now, they haven't had the problems Hawkins County and Greene County have had, but they have had some roads closed overnight. Many of those have reopened. There is one road still closed in Washington County, Tennessee this morning. That is Oakland Road near McInturf Road, which is a low water spot if you know that area. That is still closed this morning, so keep that in mind. Also, Unicoi County, Highway 107, State Route 107 there, that is down because of a tree. It is down across the road. Once they get that tree back up and cleared out of the way, that road will be able to reopen. But trees coming down, officials saying that's going to be a problem as the day moves forward. With the saturated ground, we can see more roads closed. And it's not just here in northeast Tennessee, but off to our west as well. This was the scene overnight in Knox County, where a person's vehicle was submerged in quick-moving, flash flooding water there. Flood warnings were up at the time. As David's been talking about, several inches of rain, 3, 4, and more inches of rain falling locally in a short amount of time. Neighborhoods have reported heavy flooding with water rising over driveways up to porches in some cases in Knox County. And that water has continued to rise in a few spots into the overnight hours, but a widespread problem across northeast Tennessee. And to help tell this story is where you come in. We would like to see your pictures and video this morning when it's safe for you to do so. Please don't go into flooded waters or anything like that, but go to WCYB.com/chime in, select February 2019 weather bubble, and then we'll be able to show some of those on the air, and we've already been doing so, and then also online at WCYB.com. The full gallery is there. As you head out the door this morning, want to make sure that you stay up to date with latest news and weather and breaking situations. Download our News 5 mobile app in the App Store and Google Play. It's free to do so, and you'll be able to keep up to date with the latest information as we learn it here. It's being described this morning as a 40 to a 50-year flood, at least in Hawkins County. Breaking news right now, just coming into our newsroom. A water rescue is underway off of Highway 11W in Hawkins County. Our Jarvis Heron is live on the scene. Jarvis, what's happening there this morning?
Hey, Preston, we're just off Blevins Road here, right off 11W here in Hawkins County, and a rescue is getting wrapped up here. As you can see behind me, here's the rescue boat right here, and there's, quite a few paramedic cars present. There's police cars present, as well as there is a rescue underway. There was a car that got stuck here, and the water is flowing pretty good here to my left-hand side. I don't know, Keith, if you can get a shot of it down here, but you can see kind of the ickiness of the water, and just it's almost up to like the street level here. It's quite a bit of standing water, and it flows all the way down here. As you can see, rescue crews are here trying to get everything situated, and life jackets are involved. And Keith, I don't even know if you can pan to your left here. There's another car that's attached, and it looks like it kind of got wedged in there as well. So definitely still an active scene. As one of the things, if you can do, is if you are in those low point areas, try to seek higher ground. Especially when we were driving over here to get to the scene, the visibility is tough just because the sun hasn't come up yet. So it's tough to sometimes see where that standing water is or those low points. And even there's some spots too where the fog was a little bit of an issue where we were coming over as well. But definitely still an active scene going on. It's definitely one of those things you want to be extremely careful with this high water. And as still everything is going on here, is that Keith is coming over to get a shot of what is going on. But we're going to continue to monitor what is going on here. But Preston, I'll send it back to you in the studio. Reporting live in Hawkins County, Jarvis here, News 5 WCYB.
All right, watching that scene there unfold in Hawkins County. Again, he was off of Blevins Road near Highway 11W. That was a water rescue underway. We'll get back to Jarvis and keep an eye on that and let them know what happens there. Don't know anything about the condition of anyone in that vehicle. Hopefully they've made it out. We'll find out about that as well. 647, Hawkins County hit very hard this morning with more than 3 to 4 inches of rain in a short amount of time. David has that right now.
The Storm Track 5 weather team alerting you to severe weather danger.
Flood warnings continue through at least 8 or 9 o'clock. All these locations, Mountain City, all of Sullivan County, northern Washington County, northern Greene, all of Hawkins County. This is where the heaviest rain fell overnight. Pockets of moderate rain in Smith and Washington County, Virginia, but heavy rain most of Sullivan County, sections of Washington County, Tennessee, sections of Greene County, but especially Hawkins County. That looks to be the hardest hit area with more than 4 inches of rain in a few spots, officially about 2.5 inches of rain at the Tri-Cities Airport. Now, the heavy rain has moved out of northeast Tennessee, seeing some scattered light showers in Bristol near Abingdon, some moderate rains, Clintwood and Grundy. We're tracking some strong storms in Hyden and near Hazard, moving to the east, moving toward Harlan, Cumberland. This moving to the east about 45 miles an hour. So it looks like it'll be moving into the areas near the Kentucky-Virginia line around 8 o'clock or so. Here's a live look in Johnson City. The roads are wet. It is 59 degrees. A light breeze out of the south, very mild. Plenty of moisture in the air. Here's the bigger picture showing that line of some strong storms, heavy rains, some gusts around 30 to 40 miles an hour racing to the east as we track it into the future. Notice they'll be clipping Wise, Dickinson, Buchanan, also Russell and Tazewell counties as we go through the mid-morning hours. But out of here at noon, we will all be dry this afternoon. The highs well into the 70s. Another round of rain tonight, but not as heavy. More on that in just a moment. Highs today, well into the 70s, around 77 in the Tri-Cities. The record is 72. Colder air pours in tonight at 7 a.m. in the 40s, even some 30s in Wise and Harlan. Temperatures continue to drop tomorrow through noon. May bounce up a little bit as we go through 4 o'clock, but still in the 40s. So it's going to be 30 degrees colder tomorrow afternoon. Severe threat tracker, high alert level because of the areas of flooding this morning, but the rain will be tapering off mid-morning. Breezy and record warmth this afternoon. Another round of rain tonight, but tapering off early tomorrow morning. So still tracking that heavy rain in Kentucky, but drier air to the south and to the west. As we track this into the future, notice the clouds giving way to a lot of sun today, a breeze out of the south, but then a cold front moves through tonight. 11 p.m., another round of rain showers, not as heavy, but there will be some showers in the area around 4 a.m. on Friday, but then out of here by 8 a.m. Rainfall totals look to be around a ½ inch or less, so not expecting a repeat tonight into tomorrow morning, and sunshine by Friday afternoon. Look at these highs, though, Saturday. 30 Southwest Virginia, around 44 in the Tri-Cities in Greenville, and highs in the 40s throughout the area on Sunday. Today, around 77, breaking the record high of 72. Sunshine will be returning, and then tonight down in the 40s, still breezy. Rain will be redeveloping. Your Storm Track 5 7-day forecast. 40s tomorrow, down to 19 Friday night. That is going to be cold. Very frosty start to Saturday. A few clouds first thing in the morning and then sun Saturday afternoon. In the 40s Sunday, rain redeveloping. And we're going to have to watch the flood threat again Monday and Tuesday. Periods of rain, highs back in the 50s Monday and Tuesday with sunshine returning, a little bit cooler Wednesday. We'll stay with this. News 5 Today continues in just a moment. We'll continue to have updates on the flooding, especially in Hawkins, Greene, and even in Sullivan counties.
Back to breaking news right now in Hawkins County. A water rescue there just off Highway 11W. Our Jarvis Heron is on the scene to show us what we're seeing there. Jarvis, what have you learned?
Hey, Preston, we're off Blevins Road here, and this rescue is still underway. And you can see in the distance there's a truck that got stuck. There was a lady in there. She is out and she is doing okay. She is recovering. I just spoke to a couple of the people on the scene here. And Keith, if you could pan over to your left, let's get a shot of what's going on here. There was a rescue boat that was stuck, and a couple minutes ago there was a couple looked like EMS responders. They were pretty deep in the water, like you could only see from the neck up, just trying to get this boat out of here. And as this water, I mean, Keith, if you can get a shot over here kind of in the middle, it is flowing fast right here down kind of this embankment over here. And I mean, there's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 between trucks and rescue trucks and police cars. There's a lot of activity going on here as the road. Keith, maybe if you could pan down so we can give our viewers an idea. Look at this water here, and it's almost coming up to the street, so it's flowing really good. So definitely an area you want to avoid for sure. And if you are in a low point, definitely try and seek higher ground, because you don't want to get stuck like in this situation here. So we're going to continue to keep you updated all day long about what's transpiring here in Hawkins County. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. I'm Jarvis Heron for News 5 WCYB.
And our flooding continues with the breaking story right after this. In just a moment, it's 5 minutes in front of 7. Back now to the breaking scene right now. This is in Hawkins County where a water rescue just wrapping up. You see the truck that has been stuck in the water. Live video panning around. Rescue crews are still on the scene there. We do believe the woman is out of that truck. Our Jarvis Heron is there. We'll check back in with him. David, we've got pictures coming in from all over the region of flooding.
That's right. And Highway 66 closed at the Hancock-Hawkins County line because of a major rock slide. So there's that picture. And now we can show you some live pictures across northeast Tennessee and southwest Virginia. Wet roads. Turn around, don't drown if you come across the flooded roads, because half of flood deaths occur in vehicles. Been watching Big Creek near Rogersville, got close to record flood stage, beginning to go down. Still some localized heavy rains, portions of southwest Virginia this morning, but then a lot of sunshine later today. Highs record levels around 70, lots of sunshine later today.
And thanks for sharing some time with us. Have a great day, everyone.